indeed she will cross into 2023 as the governor. My name is Simba. Elijah Charles Kiage, thank you very much for making time for Lookup News. We are live across all our social media platforms. I am Kiage Simba. Just before we get started, these are the stories that were given priority in our bulletin this evening. Tonight on Lookup News, Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza faces the Senate over her impeachment. One person are dead while 5 others sustain injuries in Runyenje's road accident. And hundreds troop to Mount Kenya for annual peace prayers. Thank you very much for making time. Our sign language interpreter this evening is Josephine Awuko. Let's get started therefore. Now, the 11-member Senate committee has today begun the hearing of the impeachment proceedings against Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza. First to appear before the committee was the mover of the impeachment motion at the County Assembly, Dennis Kiagora, who gave a blow-by-blow account of how Governor Kawira misused her powers as the county's administrator. Here is our reporter, Humphrey Tende, with how the first day of the hearing unfolded.
Assembly today held the first session to hear evidence as deduced by witnesses who want Governor Kawira removed from office as Meru Governor following her impeachment by members of the County Assembly on allegations of nepotism, gross misconduct and misuse of her powers. Dennis Kiagora, the mover of the motion at the County Assembly, was the first to take the stand. Kiagora, backed with video evidence detailing why Governor Kawira Mwangaza is unfit to continue holding office, says the governor has no respect to fellow leaders rightfully elected by the citizens.
Is a governor allowed to conduct public vilification campaigns against an assembly for rejecting a CEC nominees?
Of course not.
Governor Kawira is also in trouble for allegedly making key appointments in his government without following due process as prescribed in the law.
What the governor has done is she was directing the sub-county administrator and the ward administrator for Kianjai ward to recruit watchmen and sweepers, and then she will find a way of regularizing those appointments through the formal process. There should be people from that area because they are the ones who understand that area. They are hustlers. There are so many people there without jobs, so they should just pick people from that area and then recruit them immediately.
In further evidence, Kiagora is adamant besieged Governor Kawira Mwangaza should be ejected from office for allowing her husband to interfere with the running of the county. Kiagora accuses Kawira of nepotism for appointing her husband in undefined roles in the county.
We have seen the first gentleman exercise the powers bestowed on him as the patron of Meru Youth Service that has led to other illegalities that are in this motion. And when you appoint someone to an office with other people and with a big budget in the county budget, you cannot claim that it's just because he's not paid. You appointed him to do something.
In a rebuttal, Governor Kawira, through her lawyer, maintains allegations leveled against her are baseless, as statements she made while in public engagements cannot be used against her, especially when those statements did not affect her conduct in the performance of her duties as governor. The Senate continues with the hearings tomorrow and has up to 30th to file its recommendations before the House. Henry Tende, Lookuptv.
By the way, as we speak, the proceedings are still ongoing at the Senate. Now, let's move on to sad news this evening, where one person died on the spot while 5 others sustained serious injuries after a head-on collision between a Probox and Toyota Isis last night at Kanjatibi, Runyenjes along Kawanjara-Ishiara Road. Authorities now urge motorists to drive safely during the festive season, as Ian Ketani now files.
The fatal accident occurred last night when a Probox vehicle ferrying mangoes was involved in an accident with a Toyota Isis on the busy highway. According to area residents, the highway has witnessed several accidents during this festive season, and are now calling on the government to install more safety mechanisms on the road.
Mimi nimepata maembe imetapakaa kwa barabara. Kuangalia nikaona watu wanajaribu kusukuma mlango, kukatakata mlango wasaidie mtu, dereva alikuwa kwa probox ili wamuokolee wampeleke hospitali. Kwenda kuangalia hapo nikapata tena kuna huyo mama amelala, amepasiriwa kichwa hapa. Kwenda kuangalia pande nyingine nikapata kuna wamama wanaokolewa kwa ile gari nyingine ilikuwa inatoka pande ya Ugweri, nao kuna watoto wawili, mama wawili, na huyo jamaa alikuwa driver. So kile ningesema mimi nimeangalia hiyo accident nikaona wale watu wanaenda na magari kwa huu muda sana huu muda kuna biashara ya maembe, kuna biashara ya kuna sikukuu, watu wanajivijali. Mtu akijivijali mahali anaenda mahali yako asiendeze gari. Hiyo ingine mimi nitaomba hii barabara tuwekewe bulbs. Juu ile kitu mimi nimeona niko na miaka mingi bila kuona hivyo. Mimi niko na miaka sijaona accident kama hii nimeona wakati huu. Kama leo siku ya leo.
Confirming the incident, Regional Police Commander Ron Obunei urged motorists to be keen on the road during this festive season, as already 6 accidents have been reported on the same highway.
I want to request whoever is driving during this festive season, please, if you want to stop on the road, please pull out your vehicle off the road so that the other road users may get it easy. Last night to date, we had 6 fatal accidents. One occurred in Makindu, the other 2 in Yata, another one was in Mwingi and Marsabit Road. So you can imagine when we lose life of 6 people within a spell of some hours. I know you want to reach home and celebrate. So what's the need for you hurrying? Please just drive carefully. Don't drive carelessly.
Ian Kitani, Lookuptv.
Now, hundreds of Kenyans trooped to the base of Mount Kenya for their annual prayers for peace, security, and a thanksgiving ahead of the new year. Religious folk who arrived in the region are from various parts of the country as early as 4 a.m. engaged in a day-long prayers.
This was the picturesque at the Mount Kenya mega prayers. A beehive of activities marry the Tuesday's activity. It is at this point where supplications reigns supreme for these local ones who in another year have engaged in an old transition of cleansing themselves and immersing their spirits in deep prayers for the sake of the country.
Watu wanaweza kuona hili ni wajue maombi haya yatakuwa yanaletea nchi ya Kenya hela ya nchi za kigeni, kwa sababu wale wanakuja hapa ni mahujaji. Ukimwambia usiende huko sijui kuna anasema hapana na kwenda kuonana na Mungu. Lakini safari zingine kama kuja kuota jiwa wapi, kuona wanyama, wakati mwingine kama sasa zimesabaratika kwa sababu ya ukame. Lakini hii miaka yote watu watakuwa nakuja.
According to the conveners of the event, the exercise is perceived special that every man, woman and children are seen deeply rooted at the prayers at the bases of Mount Kenya, where they believe their refuge is.
Ahmed Prophet Muhammad alijua siwezi makuraishi kwa sababu ya pesa zao na nguvu zao za miujiza ama shetani, mpaka niende mlima wa Mungu nikaombe nguvu huko.
2022 main prayer point was anchored on peace and thanksgiving for the just concluded general elections. As the majority still engaged in mass prayers, others chose to move away from the crowd to pray privately. It is an exercise that is said to date back centuries, where traditional elders led in prayers in the mountain, and now the prayers have become an annual spectacle, members recalling of how the prayers began.
Mlima Kenya si wa Mkristo, si wa Mkikuyu, si wa Mkamba, si wa Mjaruo, si wa Mzungu. Huu ni mlima wa Mungu. Ahmed Prophet Muhammad alijua siwezi makuraishi kwa sababu ya pesa zao na nguvu zao za miujiza ama shetani, mpaka niende mlima wa Mungu nikaombe nguvu huko.
Hapa hamna cha dini eti huyu Mkristo, huyu Muislamu. Mungu ni huyu mmoja ambaye sasa ndo huyo tuna modhadhaya.
They have urged the government to make these prayers a global event, citing that the prayers bring tourists from different parts of the country.
Kwa upande wa serikali hatujaona wakisema na sisi tutaingilia wapi ili maombi haya yaanze kutangazwa na balozi zetu za nchi za nje. Haya mwanzilishi ni Professor Ouma Muga. He is a global authority. He was a competent scientist, artist.
Kariuki Nduati, Lookuptv.
Was drama at Ilbisil town, Kajiado County, after a woman believed to be a hooker at the town allegedly stole 100,000 shillings from a herder. As an entertainment joint, travelers at the entertainment joint hunted down the woman before Good Samaritans intervened.
Huyu msichana kwa baa akamwambia ninunulie kinywaji. Alafu akanunulia kinywaji, baadaye akachomoa pesa akaenda na 80,000.
Ilikuwa ni kitu.
Alafu sasa mnampeleka wapi?
Police station. Badala sisi tupige, wacha tupeleke police station.
Amefanya aje?
Nimechukua
100,000 yangu. 100,000. Nimechukua 100,000 yangu. 100,000.
Mimi nifanye yangu.
Drama indeed. Now, take a short break right here on a look of news. Once we come back, we give you more stories, including how the standoff between TSC and their teachers continues, even as we are on holiday. Once we come back.
Sienda nayo huko ndani, unaacha hapo kwa luggage ndio uingie.
Ni wacho kwa luggage namna gani nataka kutumia huko ndani? Nimekuja na hii gani ndio inatumika? Hii paketi ama hii kuchota? Kwani serious? Bwana wacheni mchezo bwana. Nini?
Karibu customer. Hizi bidhaa unaziacha pale kwenye luggage ndipo sasa ufanye shopping kwa supermarket yetu. Kuchota ni kufanya shopping pekee.
Ni kufanya shopping.
Raundi hii chota mapema na Hetia Supermarket ndio best. Kwa mara nyingine tena Hetia Supermarket inakuletea chota na Hetia Supermarket. Kushiriki shindano la chota ni rahisi. Ingia tu Hetia Supermarket iliyo karibu nawe Kitale, Bungoma, Eldoret, Kakamega, Kisumu, Busia, Naivasha, Limuru, Nairobi, Thika, Nyeri, Meru, Chuka na Maua. Nunua bidhaa ya shilingi 600 na zaidi na utapewa raffle ticket. Jaza vizuri na utumbukize kwa sanduku iliyo mlangoni. Utakuwa umeingia kwa draw ya kujishindia zawadi kama gari 7 aina Daihatsu Mira, pikipiki 21 aina ya TVS, 1130 school fees, TVS, microwaves, shopping vouchers na vingine vingi.
Basi, ni huku. Saidia bibi.
Chota imethaminiwa na Louis Bacon, Savannah Juice Fruit Vial, My Choice Hand Wash, Zesta Choco Primo, Ketepa, Blue Band, Aramco, Oven Fresh Bread, Nivea, Silent Night Mattresses, Coca-Cola pamoja na Hisense. Shindano hili limeidhinishwa na BCLB permit number 002816. Sheria na masharti kutumika.
Chota na Hetia Supermarket, na hii motokaa gari smart kabisa inaweza kuwa yako. Unangoja nini? Ingia, fanya shopping yako Hetia Supermarket, kuchote na hii kari, hii motokaa inaweza kuwa yako. Mtu anaweza pesa kwa buta.
Hetia Supermarket, a world of choice.
Hi everyone, my name is John Bramwell, engineer Utukas Africa. As the holiday season progresses, we want to take a moment to thank you for your support and partnership. We are grateful for every opportunity to work with you. We have accomplished so much together, and as we look ahead to the new year, we are excited for what the future holds and are committed to continually providing the best e-mobility products and services to you, our customers, throughout the entire East African community. On behalf of everyone at Lookuptv Africa, we wish you and your loved ones a Merry Christmas and a happy, prosperous New Year. Have a great festive season and stay safe. We look forward to working with you again in the years ahead. Thank you.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design. With branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa, our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
Still watching Look Up News. My name is Simba. Elijah Charles Kiage. Let's continue. Teachers in Embu County have threatened to go to court to stop an advertisement on the promotion of teachers by the Teachers Service Commission, TSC. Speaking in Embu, the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers KUPPET leadership said the promotion by TSC was discriminatory. Shada Kareria with that story.
Teachers Promotion advertisement by the Teachers Service Commission TSC has continued to spark reaction from different stakeholders in the country. Speaking in Embu County, the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers KUPPET has vowed to move to court to stop the TSC from promoting teachers.
TSC haijakuwa na sura ya utu wanapo deal na walimu. Kazi yao ni kushinda every time. Ukiona mkubwa wa TSC akiongea, you expect a threat. Unaanza kutetemeka. Wewe ni mtu mzima. Hata uko kwako kwa nyumba una watch TV, ukiona mkubwa wa TSC hata watoto wako wanakuuliza ni nini mama, kwa sababu unatetemeka juu hujui ni threat gani itaishiwa. Surely we need a commission that has the welfare of teachers at heart.
KUPPET leadership in Embu termed the move discriminatory, stating that teachers with diploma certificates who forms the majority are not considered. The Embu KUPPET branch executive secretary Njiru Karura said that the teachers will down their tools and resort to a mass action if the TSC will not rectify the mess.
Because we are totally opposed to the current advance on promotion of teachers. We are not very happy because most of our members have been left out in the promotions. For example, the slots for C3 and C4 are very few. Number 2, there is no slot for D4. Number 3, we are here because the diploma teachers, who are the bulk of our members, have been left out in the promotions.
Kila mwalimu hatuna budi kwenda katika barabara, hatuna budi kwenda kotini, na kusema kweli tuko na wakili, na wakili wetu we are briefing them very well, kwa sababu hatuwezi kuishi katika kunyanyaswa.
The teachers also cited threat from the Teachers Service Commission. Shadra Kareria, Lookuptv.
The county government has been cautioned by the National Environment Management Authority to refrain from clearing existing forests to initiate development projects.
Kwamba kaunti zetu zote za Kenya kaunti zetu zote za Kenya siebukane kuingilia mambo ya forest kama hizi, kuanza kuweka miradi fulani ya maendeleo. Kwa sababu wakianza kukata miti kama hii sasa, waseme wanataka kuweka institution mahali hapa ama waweke kitu fulani hapa ama wafanye miradi mingine, ni kumaanisha hapa sasa miti yote karibu 5,000 imetoka na kutakuwa na janga kubwa hapa. Ndio tutakwenda kumenya sawa.
Now, the year 2022 has experienced a high number of mugging cases across the country, even as security departments strategizing and mitigating its effects and growth. As our reporter Moses Okech reports on our special feature, Mugging Culture, the Kenya National Police Service listed a 35.1% increase of robbery, assault, carjacking, and murder cases. Will it get back to 0%? That is the question that we ask tonight.
Robbery with violence and the calculated moves to steal from people has brought a mugging culture trend that seems not to be stopping soon as it dawns. Violence and chaos fill the air. Indescribable moments from the public takes a center stage, but sometimes might not be the lucky day. The recent scene captured by CCTV shows a man being robbed in broad daylight with a boda operator whom he assumed that he was just in his daily hustle at Maalim Juma Road in Kilimani area, Nairobi County. To make matters worse, these events will be witnessed almost daily as thieves strive to make their ends meet out of this. But that is just but a glimpse of this dangerous business. On the 30th of October 2022, a 24-year-old Kiage Simba's life was cut short by 4 hand robbers who stabbed him at his chest while heading home in Ridgeways and were later arrested by Crime Research and Intelligence Bureau (CRIB). A week later, online airwaves was then a threat to operating hospitals across the country. Lillian Munywa, who claimed to be working at Kenyatta National Hospital in Nairobi, posted that the facility had reported 4 to 7 stabbing cases and many had been victims of mugging in Nairobi. And that became the biting sound of the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki's intervention as he opts to find their hideouts.
Tumepata information mahali hawa wakora wako, wezi siku zenu zimehesabika. Your days are numbered. You have terrorized the people for a long time. You have got away with a lot of impunity. Your time for payback has come.
In a bid to get the real picture of what the government states, we step our toes into the inskirts of Dagoretti South constituency in the roots of Riruta ward that has a population of more than 65,000 people. We meet Pamela Rasugu, who has seen the rough face of mugging.
Kabisa, nilipata tasimu si muda mbali. Nilikuwa natoka kwangu kazini, hapo kwa kazi kibanda. Kidogo tu nimetembea kidogo nikakutana na vijana. Wengine wakapita mbele yangu, nikakuwa nimestuka, kumbe wengine wamepita nyuma. Kupita hivi nikapata mwingine ameshika shingo yangu. Mama surrender everything. So haikuwa na budi nika surrender, hata walichukua simu yangu. Hiyo pesa nilikuwa nimefanya siku yote, lakini usuri waliniachilia.
Since then, Rasugu still holds the traumatizing moment in her heart and the pain seems unbearable.
Hiyo nayo devastate muda. Nilikata nikifika kwangu nilikuwa natetemeka. Hata saa hii nikipata vijana vikundi 3 4 nastuka, nakumbuka hiyo scenario vile ilikuwa.
But who are the people involved in mugging?
Vijana maana ukiangalia wengi tuseme ni kama rika ya 16, 15 mpaka 22 hapo. Wengine ni hao wamemaliza high school, wengine hawakupata opportunity kufika, walimaliza standard 8 hawakupata opportunity ya kwenda secondary. So ni vijana wachanga.
Rasugu is one of the people in the society that hustle hard to get a plate on their table. But on the other hand, there are people that are grabbing from them. What should be done by the security public sectors in the country? The security personnel in this area taking charge. In the affirmation to Rasugu's story, we had to reroute a chief's office. Jojo Gago, who is the assistant chief here, tells the same story.
One and foremost, there's unemployment in the country. Sana in this area, so many youths are out of schools. Some have got little income, some don't have, but the majority are unemployed. So that's the reason why you find them the little meaning they are idling.
However, Ogago states that sometimes nature accounts to the mugging behavior.
Naturally, when you are born a thief, you just be a thief. So at times it is mixed up.
Despite that, he tells me that his department has brought strategies to mitigate the mugging cases in the society.
We have taken stand measures against these mugging areas. First of all, we have identified these crime-prone areas. We identified also the nature of the crime these people are committing and even the tools they are using.
The mugging culture has been persistent from the beginning of this year. As it dawns, the security personnel have a heavy task to bear to what awaits them. The youths need a lasting solution to alleviate from this culture. The next day, youths who were the targets in the recent reported mugging and indisciplinary cases, I made efforts to reach one of the youths, Colin Soching, who has opened a playing station and feels it will get the youths engaged.
Kacheza 2 hours. Chiki 2 hours anashinda hapa ako occupied. Chiki kama anatoka hapa narudi home. Unapata hiyo time amekaa hapa tena narudi home. Ama avoid vitu mingi. But ile time ako pale mtaani unatulia tu unaanza kuenda hapo unapanga hata na insight. Nakwambia wewe aniaje. Twende hivi nikuonyeshe.
In addition, the youths described the high cost of living and unemployment as amounted to their grievances.
Kuiba hii mwaka niva kwa pressure mingi sana, elewa vile maisha nenda ikididimia, tunaenda chini sana. Hii pressure ya kukua kasi wengine unacheki ka youth, kuna ile level unadai kuwa kama brother yako mwingine yako umeshafiti sana feel sasa unajipewa pressure ni aje mimi ndafikia ile level, unajua hadi wewe unacheki sasa lazima uingie kwa street ufresh mse ndo hadi wewe wenyewe muonyesha hadi mimi bado mimi naweza.
Maboys unajua maboys wengi wana job, si nachangia kuiba kukaa idle livo. Hakuna job, sasa inalazimisha tu waibe tu. Maboy wengi hivyo tu ndio wa survive tu.
Aliacha shule mapema, akakuja kaingia kaona hizi endelea na nini. Apart job, unaona? Akibidi kutafuta kazi. Ukika bidii kutafuta hizi kosa kupata kazi ya kufanya, hata kama ni kazi ndogo na kupatia pesa kidogo, unaona? Hiyo ni yako umetafuta, si tumeiba. Sio?
They are now calling on the government to intervene and rescue them from the criminal gangs and lifestyle.
As of now, the government has announced tree planting. We shall involve these youths in tree planting. So you'll find this young man will be busy doing something. So if he's busy, there's nothing he can, there's no harm he can do in the society. So in that context, you'll find 2-3 they are joining hands together or opening even those money, the money that they are being paid. Like recently, most of them opened small businesses.
Life are shortcuts. Unacheki shortcuts zipo afiti lakini zikapeleka mbali.
Na wase wengi wakiemployiwa wanaepa wera juu Wera ina freedom. Kukazio maisha, kuna mtu anataka kukosa freedom na cheki.
Labda gave introduce wera zingine. Ndio tujue introduce wera kwa vijana kama kazi mtaani hivi.
Gava kitu anaweza fanya atapatie tu ase kazi kama venye kuna NYS ukienda tu kujoin.
Sasa mimi hasa ni ile naona wapate empowerment fulani kwa usiso mahali maana wako so idle.
The area has however come up with programs in partnership with the society to bringing the youths on board in social connections and outreaches.
So when we organize the barasas, even the meetings, we invite these youth groups so that we teach them on how they should go on with their daily basis.
Kama wazazi, kwanza kama mimi mzazi, nichumuike kuchua watoto wangu, uwaongereshe. Na kila mzazi akifanya hivyo, society at least itakuwa better. Maana mzazi unajua mtoto wako kabisa ako namna gani.
And as mugging culture keeps on trending day in day out across the country, the real situation is still dire. Unemployment is the cause of this mugging. What are the youth saying about mugging culture?
Kuna ule mtu ana practice kuwa mwizi na kuna sasa mwizi. Unaona?
Kuiba hizi shabro. Hili kitu iko. Sati reality ni lazima kukuwe na wizi ndio maisha yaendelee. Lazima kubalance na cheki.
And if the scenes will be unbearable to the police officers,
use the gun to defend the public. Use the gun to defend the property of the public and use the gun to defend yourself.
Will this work bearing in mind the many areas that are prone to mugging incidences? The National Police Service had listed areas in Nairobi as Thika Road KCA, Globe Cinema, Kipande Road along Waiyaki Way, and areas in CBD as River Road, Archives, Kirinyaga Road, and Fig Tree that are danger mugging hotspot. This is a 35.1% that involves robbery, assault, carjacking, and murder. Will the nation get a 0.0%? This has been highlighted. The only way is now left for a good choice among the affected. Moses Okech, mugging culture.
Let's cross over to the sports news now. It was a pomp and color as a cabinet secretary for sports, Ababu Namwamba, presided over Isambo Cultural Festival and Beauty Pageantry in Budalangi